Yo, so today I'm gonna tell you a story about the Bronco, the awesome Bronco. So it kind of goes back to all the way when we came to America. By the way, it's cold as shit here again, so we've got lots of coats. So I still remember coming to America and seeing how big stuff was, right? Like how big cars were and how just big semis were, and right, because compared to like what you see in Europe, mostly in the 2000s, you weren't seeing like big body stuff, right? So coming here, everything was huge. Everything had awesome big engines. It was awesome, right? It was the coolest thing ever. So I still remember it, like the first day we came here, and I was like looking out the window, like, oh my God, everything's so big. It's awesome, right? So the story of the Bronco comes in because my parents had some awesome friends, and they actually had a Bronco. And like ever since I saw that thing, I like fell in love with it, right? And there was this black. And I think this was like probably like 1 or 2 years after we moved to America. We were living in like Lincoln Park or Allen Park or something with parking, I don't even remember. But fat, chubby little Tio, you know, little foreign Tio, didn't know how to speak English, pedaling his bike around all the time. So that's what I used to do, right? I had no friends, right? Because I was like the little foreign kid, couldn't speak English. And I was in like ESL, right? So I couldn't even like meet anyone. So I'd like ride my bike around and like eat Smarties and watch The Simpsons, right? That was my jam when I was little. And I was chunky too. So anyway, long story short, I'm riding my bike around, and there's a dealership that was like right on the corner of like our neighborhood where we used to live. And I saw that, and I loved Broncos, right? And that thing was like mint. It came from like Arizona. It was like perfect. So I like pedal my little fat ass back home and like freak out and like tell everyone like, Dad, Bronco, you know, like freaking out. I think that's how the story goes. So I like, right, I see that thing, I fall in love with it. My dad goes, he ends up buying it. I don't remember like the whole story. I kind of think that like he bought it and it was like my birthday party and it was late and he showed up with it, but I don't know if that's like the actual story or if he just bought it. And, you know, ever since then, I was like 2002, right? So how old was I? 12 years old, I think. Ever since then, you know, we've had that thing, and it's always been like an awesome truck, and it was always awesome. And back before, I don't know, in like 2010 is whenever I started driving, right? That was like my first car. And, you know, it was kind of rusty and stuff, so I started like working on it, and I got like a lift for it, and it was a 4-inch lift at first, and slapped that on there, and then I was like, I want to go bigger, and I got like a 6-inch lift, and then I got like the Super Duty axles and like this lift under it. It was just like a shit show, and then like I started fixing all the body and like all the other stuff, and it's been like sitting since like forever now, but I'll finish it one day. But that's kind of the story behind the Bronco and why it means so much to me, right? My dad got it for me when I was like real young, and me and him used to work on it all the time. So it's got a lot of sentiment to me. And you know, one day when it's done, hopefully soon, I'll be able to cruise it and just drive around and enjoy it because I think it's sweet. And I think no matter how old it gets or like, you know, like 10, 20, 30 years from now, those things are still going to be cool just because there's no other trucks, right, that are like those things. So that's the story behind the Bronco.